Hey guys, we're here on site at FBC, kind of walking through some of the things that we've got going on here that's already been done building-wise. We have got 3 of the modular classrooms already in place. They look totally different than when they first arrived, praise the Lord. They painted them. We want to kind of give you the inside look as to what's going on and how they're shaping up, because in just a few weeks, I believe they could be, operational and finished. We're just going to have to see about that. But hey, come with us as we look inside one of these buildings here. We're inside one of the very first buildings that you come to as you come out of the office. And obviously it's an important building because this is where all the restrooms will be for those who use these modular classrooms. So we have restrooms in this building, as well as kind of a staff restroom that the school will use. And then this would be like the chemistry lab because it's got a sink. We've got these, good sized classrooms, and Olivia, you can kind of walk this way and get maybe a good shot of the inside, kind of how it's forming up. Obviously, there's going to be some paint, unless you really want to keep the 70s, 80s paneling look going on. But I think they're going to paint that. It's going to look so much better. And this is that first classroom. Love the way it feels. Can't wait for it to be finished. So this is the inside look. All right, we just come out of that building, and I'll be glad when the air conditioning gets in there, because it's kind of a little bit warm on a warm day. But as we make our way down the sidewalk, we look over here to the left, and of course you can see the stop in the ground. This is the corner of the Family Life Center, as well as you can kind of see how possibly where the covered walkway would be as it would make its way to that door. But it runs from a stop here all the way across, and the long way is this way, and of course I think it's about a 50-foot, maybe more, this way to the next stop. So it's the building's 15,000 square foot, and of course we've got some modular classrooms on on this side, and we'll be able to take you inside one of those modular classrooms when we get to the end here. But we'll stop right here and just take a look over here in the woods, Livia, as I go this direction. Over here in this area of the woods, you'll find, you'll see the flag markers. And we've needed a family life center, but we also need a maintenance building to house our mowers and our vans to keep them out of the elements so they stay nice, where we can use them and interior doesn't fade. And we just want to be good stewards of what God has given us. And so that will be our maintenance facility for all of those things that deal with mowing and taking care of the property and the organization of all that. And then we're going to look inside our next building over here, which is our modular classroom. We'll get a good shot of that and as we go inside.
All right, here we are inside one of the other modular classrooms. What is exciting about this is the money we were able to save by going the modular route, where we were able to add roughly 2,500 square feet for a fraction of what it would have cost us to build new or stick built. And when we are done with these buildings, we'll still have really nice classroom space. And this is classroom space, Pastor, you can back me up on this, not just for the school, but we have Sunday school or life classes that are ready to move out here as soon as we move in. And our target date, if I remember correctly, is that first part of July. to be in these buildings. So that'll be exciting. You come on in, take a look around. We'll be able to fit a lot of desks in here, a lot of seating for life classes. There'll be a TV up on the wall, and these walls will be painted, flooring will go down. So a lot of exciting things happening here, not too far from being done. And we hope you enjoy the look around.
So we're standing out here kind of right outside of those modular buildings, and of course you can see the wonderful pipe in the background right now we're waiting on the company to come and lay the sewage pipe that will connect us, which will allow us to grow. Without that, we would have to do and spend so much money for pump systems, and so connecting is so vital. And we're so thankful for that connectivity. Where a couple who wanted to be a blessing to the church allowed us to connect on August Drive. And so we're so thankful that God spoke to them and they allowed us to do that. And so our property goes all the way back and touches August Drive, which is amazing to a lot of people because they didn't realize how much property we have. That's how we can show that there are ball fields that would go back here, and the property can expand. And so we're just waiting on the company, and of course you'll see that taking place. And where I'm standing too is probably about where that road will come around to connect to the gravel. And so it's just an awesome thing, and I'm just so thankful for what the Lord is doing. And so I think one of the things that people would maybe have are some questions about, how are we doing this? Are we going to look for any kind of financing options? And we want to answer those questions. And so Brother Matt is going to direct you to where you can go to answer and ask all the questions. We are also going to be doing cottage meetings where small groups of people can gather, and there will be a leader, somebody from the deacon team or the finance team, or one of those leaders or staff member will pray with you, give out the information, answer maybe any further questions somebody would have, and just encourage you as to where we're going, why we're doing it, and how God is moving in a mighty way. We can update you on the financial things and stuff through those cottage prayer meetings, but I think that's a great important piece of bringing people together.
Absolutely.
And encouraging them and making them feel a part. And so Brother Matt, if you'll go ahead and tell them where they can ask their questions or post their questions.
Absolutely. So we started the first step of this project, I was looking at the calendar, a year ago from Sunday. So kind of neat to see it come through a year now. And when we launched it, Pastor had the vision with the concept when little becomes much, and really talking about the loaves and fishes and the lunch that the lad had, and how God took something that was little and made much of it. And so we have created a site that you can go to. It's friendsbaptist.church/lunch. And some of the questions that you may have are already there and can be answered, or you can ask your question there. There's a form you can fill out, and we've got a team of people that are ready and willing to answer those questions. And then we'll build a fact sheet. We'll continue to add those to the website so that it can be a repository for any information that you're looking for. So just to recap from the numbers that were given on Sunday, the total Family Life Center project is going to be around $4 million. That is the cost of the build out for the Family Life Center, the cost of the asphalt and the parking lot work that will need to be done, as well as the furnishings, because as Pastor mentioned on Sunday, this will be a multi-use building, and we will need it to satisfy not only a gymnasium type space, but also a space for our fellowships, and more importantly than that, a space for our worship and future growth. And so $4 million to do the total project. We have around $500,000 in the bank once the modular project and some of the other upgrades that we have to do are done, the sewer and things like that. And so we'll need to raise around $3.5 million. And we would love for you to, as Pastor said, pray. And what would God have you and your family to give? How is it that God would call on you to help support this ministry effort? Because we are confident that God can take little and make much of it. And so if you have questions, we do want to hear those. We want to be able to answer them, and go right to that website, friendsbaptist.church/lunch, and you can ask your question there. And look for routine updates. You know, a lot of exciting things are happening, and we want to keep you apprised of all of that. And so there'll be some other changes up here in between the modular and the administration building, some things that we have to update there, and just, it's exciting. And God's doing a great work here, and we want to keep you informed of that. And we want you to be excited as well. Pray for your leadership, that God will continue to give us wisdom, and you ask your questions. We love you and we thank you.